Chat GPT. Welcome back to Unreal Labs. Today we're going to do a fun video. I wanted to do a video on Chat GPT and how I use it and how it eventually is going to take over the world. No, I'm just joking. But it is a super handy tool, and I figured we'd do a couple things and see how I use it and see what I use it for. And hopefully it can help you, but it is, yeah, it could take over the world. FYI. Well, let's jump in. So, ChatGPT, what can it do for you? And it's, it is free to use on, I believe, the 3.5. I do pay for the 4, which is a little smarter. Well, not a little smarter, it's a lot smarter. And it has updated knowledge that's been stuck into it. So it's a little bit more current. I think, well, let's actually scroll over there. Let's ask it, how current is GPT-4? And it'll tell us. So looks like, yeah, so it looks like update on September 2021. I thought it was newer than that. I think it's because I'm on chat. Maybe Chat GPT 3.5 doesn't know. Let's see, how current are you? Yeah, so ChatGPT 3.5 doesn't know the ChatGPT 4 is a year newer. So, like I said, ChatGPT 4 you got to pay for. I think it's worth every buck. To tell you the truth, I use it quite a bit. Let's go through some things I use it for. I use it for like correcting my spelling, summarizing articles. I use it for code. I use it for not important code, but like code I need that I don't want to come through the internet. I'm starting to use it more than I use Google on a lot of things, which is kind of scary. I think eventually ChatGPT will take over a lot of search engine functionalities. Bing is starting to put ChatGPT, or not starting, they have put ChatGPT into their, like, a search plugin that you can use. But let's go through, let's just see how good it is. I mean, so a new feature that just came out today or recently was this uploading images. So I uploaded an image here. If you can see this, this is a picture of some property I camp on. And, I asked it to, what is this image, and so it starts going through this image and, you can tell it's a forested area. It's got a fast moving stream or a small river, rocks, vegetation. So, I mean, it is analyzing the picture. I'm going to play with this. I did ask it if it could tell me when it was taken, or the geocode, like a GPS location from the picture, from the metadata. It doesn't look like it can do that yet. I'm sure that'll be next year. So let's dig into some things I do. Let's just make a PowerShell. Let's start there. Let's make a PowerShell to like install a DHCP server, and then we'll make one maybe for adding a user to a domain. So let's start. Let's do this here. So it's nice and polite. Tells me I need to do this in PowerShell. Drops the code for me. So install Windows feature, name DHCP, include management tools. All right, that sounds good. So you do have to check it. I mean, I don't recommend you just, copy code and stick it on a production machine, but it's pretty. Since we're on the DHCP topic, let's ask it some questions on, like, let's see here, how can I migrate? I'm a terrible speller. How can I migrate a DHCP scope to another server? And can you provide me with the PowerShell code. All right, so here it goes. I hope you guys like the lights. It might be a little bit bright behind me, but it's just my day. I'm off of work. I figured I'd crank it another video today. And I thought ChatGPT. I kind of wanted a fun video, so look, let's just see what is down here. Let's go through it. So like export the DHCP database. Yeah, that's what I would want to do. Gives us an example path here, but it even tells us like replace this path. So that's pretty good. It's giving us, so we're not just going to copy this code right off the bat. It kind of breaks down what XXX is, what it's meaning, and then the source server name. And so then we're going to transfer that file to a destination server. Yeah, so before we import it, we need to definitely make sure DHCP is installed. And we're going to import the database. Yeah, that's what we'd want to do. Of course, replacing that. This I don't necessarily think will work here. This is like, so like I said, you have to catch it. So like putting it in C backup isn't probably going to work. I've always had to put it in the DHCP server's backup folder, not just C backup. So like I said, things aren't always perfect, which is fine. And then we're going to authorize that if it's in an AD environment. So yeah, that looks good. That looks like a pretty good deal. So let's what else should we do? Let's make a login script. Hey, I want a login script that'll record the computer name and the user that logs in, and I want to map one map drive, and I also want to have a welcome message. All right, so let me throw that in here and we will see what happens. All right, so I asked it to, like I said, create a login script that maps one network drive and also records the computer name and username, the computer and the username to a file on a file server. I would also like the script to tell the user a joke. So let's just look through this script. I mean, I know a lot of guys use GPOs, but for logging drives, but there's still times where a login script is pretty handy. So let's look at it. So maps the drive, records the computer name and username of a file server, and tells the user a joke. Yep, so I got my 3 steps. So it looks like we're defining variables. Yeah, Z, that's fine. I didn't tell it what letter to use. It didn't know a server share, but it put that in there. Replace with your network path. See a log file. That looks good. And then the joke variable, we could probably actually put that in like some kind of array and have it like pull multiple jokes. So it maps the network drive. So new PowerShell drive. It's pulling the variables for that, and it's persistent. That's okay. That's good. Okay, and then record the computer name. So like, yeah, log message, get data, computer name. It's pulling the environmental variable for the computer name, and then the username environmental variable. This is good. And then add content to the log file. And then log file, there we go, is up here. Okay, that's good. And then add type, assembly name. All right, and then oh, it's gonna pop a message box. That's kind of, I figured it would just slow the login script down or something, or pause it, but that's even better. Little message box with a joke of the day. So that's perfect. And then it kind of breaks down, what the variables are and like how to deploy the script if we wanted to. So that works. I like that. So we can get even crazier too. Let's start a new chat and let's do I don't know if you guys are familiar, but like I like the rubber ducky code. The Hack 5 rubber ducky, where you can plug into a machine, it emulates an HID device, like an input device, like a mouse or a keyboard. Actually, I think it's a keyboard, not a mouse, but it's a keyboard. And then so antivirus isn't really checking it because it's acting like a keyboard. And then it can run scripts on the machine just by plugging that USB. So it's, if you can catch some, like look up Rubber Ducky on YouTube, it's pretty awesome. Or the Hack 5 guys, like you can get them. You can make your own, but I think you can buy them over there for $40 or whatever it is. But let's look for a Ducky script. So let's do would like Ducky code to print let's see let's say copy a local folder to an FTP site. So we're going to exfil some data. This is, I mean, is what it is. We'd have to know. There's a couple things. I'm making this easy, but I'm just trying to give you some examples on like what it can do. So boom, there's your Ducky script. You'd probably have to come up with the script here. We'll see what. I'll be quiet until this thing finishes here. Until the ChatGPT finishes. All right, so yeah, so we perform these actions. So start payload, yeah, open command prompt, CMD, that looks good. Start FTP session, yeah, that your FTP server. Yeah, it throws a delay in there, and then username, password, delays after each one of those. So what that means is like it's gonna put the username. It's not just gonna throw the password right after. It's gonna wait, 500 milliseconds or whatever that is, and then it will wait for the next prompt to put the password in. And that's important on the Ducky script stuff. And then changing directory where you want it to upload. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, pretty slick. I mean, you can search Google and you could come up with this. That's not that hard. But this makes it super easy. And I know I'm on 4, but this really will tell us on 3.5 to do the same thing. Pretty close. For all you guys like studying like CCNA stuff, like or you're learning about routing, or let's just say you have a homework assignment on the Roman Empire, like provide me with a 500-word article on the Roman Empire. And you guys probably already know this. You really wouldn't want to cut and paste this, but like this is where, I mean, if you like learning things, you like to be, always, if you like history, like whatever, I mean, it's in here. Like I said, I wouldn't take it for right off the top. You need to do some research on it, but it's pretty cool how you can do things. And if you like something in here, you can have it just dive in a hole, especially if you guys are like YouTube guys like me, where you started going off into tangents on YouTube and you start digging yourself this YouTube hole. Next thing you're on 10 videos you didn't think you'd be on. And if you're not a great writer like me, I'm going to start another chat here. Like maybe you made your wife mad and you want to write her a letter, or girlfriend, or maybe you would like a girlfriend. Like, yeah, let's just do that. How do I get a girlfriend? Hey, and ChatGPT can get you a girlfriend. I mean, there's not that this, I don't know. Well, like I said, it's really neat that you can ask it a bunch of questions and you can go through things. For IT, like I said, you can, I wonder if it finished that. Yeah, it did. All right, in conclusion, there we go. There's my girlfriend question. All right. So like Cisco code, I want to like configure a trunk, or I want to do a port channel, or I want to do let's do BGP. I mean, like, I'm not a great guy with BGP, so let's see. Help me configure uh, BGP routing between let's three Cisco routers and one 40 gate firewall. Let's see what that does. All right, neat. So like all devices are connected to each other. Oh, it's going to. I'll let it finish its code here real quick. How much time are we in here for yet? I don't want to bore you guys forever. All right, there we go. So let's see what it gave us here. So like we're gonna configure all devices. All right, so we're gonna be using private AS numbers for BGP. So here's routers one's AS number, router two, router three, and then the 40 gates. All right, and the networks between them are going to be /30s. All right, so we're gonna go over to router one, I assume. Yep, and that's looks pretty good. Like I said, there's more advanced settings you could put into this. But if you're really on the job and you need to do like some basic BGP, like you could get a pretty good idea of a BGP configuration by asking ChatGPT some questions. Probably be a lot better than really Cisco's documentation to a certain level of digging through all that, especially when you don't really know what you're looking for. So you ChatGPT, you can just start asking it, pretty open-ended questions, and then start focusing those questions down onto the topic that you're really not understanding. So like we did have a comment the other day from one of our viewers about let's see, why would I use RIP over OSPF? Let's just ask it that question. So like yeah, simplicity, that's what I kind of answered. Like limited resources, older design. Um, yeah, it's breaking it down pretty well. Like bandwidth usage, yeah, lack of. So like there's it's giving us limitations of RIP. Um, so there's some pros and cons is weighed for us, and then we can dig into that even more if we'd wanted to. I think it just suggested in a modern network thing, or even I was used over RIP. Yeah, so I mean that's what I would have kind of used, but I mean I have used RIP in small environments, but like I said, it's pretty neat. So then like just writing, like it can analyze articles. I mean this is let's just go out to Yahoo. I hate Yahoo, but maybe you guys like Yahoo. Sorry, didn't mean to beat Yahoo up. But let's go through Yahoo here, and let's um let's take this out and like I don't know why I clicked on Donald Trump, but not that I want to get political. Let's see. I just need something easy here. Dragon-like creatures. Um, blah 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 blah. Let's see. Reading this junk. Let's not use Yahoo. Yahoo, it's terrible. Yeah, that's want something simple. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at is that if you wanted to have an article, you could that's a wiki. What's a wiki Al Capone? And then like let's take the text here, a good portion of it. So I asked it to summarize it, and now it's going through it, digested the text, and now it's going to give me a summarization of that article. And then if you wanted to write something, you could also take your writing and stick it up there, and you could have it write something the way you wanted to write it. Like write my boss an email on why I have been late 10 times in the last week. Make it fun. Hey, boss's name. Boom. So, like I said, there's stuff to do. So, but like on code, actually, let's read that one. Let's see what happens. Maybe I stopped it too early. Yeah, Fashionably Late Club from the past week. That's pretty hilarious. I tried a new yoga pose called Angled Pretzel. Looks like it took me a while to be untangled. Like I said, it's pretty good. So like I use it a ton for configurations, like documentation, secure. Like if you need like a policy for something and you didn't want to write it like right off the bat, like you can get some generic ideas out of this. So like I said, for free, I mean, I don't know why more people haven't. Like I said, the only problem with ChatGPT I see that I think other people have hit on is that if you have users that are uploading code or proprietary information into ChatGPT, I don't know what ChatGPT necessarily would do with that. And I also don't know if like that, if your username got, misused or hacked or whatever, and you had a bunch of chat right here with all this code and all these articles, like if someone's going to get pretty familiar with you and your code. So I'd be a little hesitant to that. But I just wanted to cover like a funny video today on ChatGPT. Like I said, I use it all the time. I wanted to throw it out to you guys to see if you guys use ChatGPT. I think it's going to take over the world. The other thing I think is cool is like you could actually write you could tap into their API and you could, write certain things for scheduling jobs. Like let's just that's the last question before I let you guys go, before I finish this video. But like, what can you do for me? So it'll probably summarize this video better than me. Yeah, so I mean, there's some basic things that it can help you do. Like I said, I think the API thing I'm going to play with that a little bit myself is just maybe writing an app that has some from PowerShell that could fire off the API onto ChatGPT. So when I'm in the middle of coding or something, or I'm in the middle of creating something, I could query ChatGPT for something. So or have it maybe even look at it and analyze it. I'm not sure. But that would be pretty neat to do. And if you guys do that before me, feel free. That's yours. But yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's a tool that you can use. Like I do it for like recommending books, technical books that I could read. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So why don't you in the comments? Why don't you guys tell me if you guys use ChatGPT? Let me know what you use it for. I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff. I would love to learn about it more. So yeah, leave me a comment, hit the like and subscribe button. Appreciate it, guys.